That is the secret of the ages, my friend. That is what sages, shaman, holy men have been trying to get through our thick skulls for a millennia. So I was reading a post this morning, and a Facebook friend, somebody I've not met in person, but they are a friend on Facebook, and they often post some very intriguing and compelling posts that make you think. So I often read a lot of their posts. They were talking about the illusion of being in control of our lives and the world around us, I guess. And it struck me that that's how humanity actually views life, that we are victims of circumstances by some unseen being or mechanism or something, and there's nothing that we can do about it. It just is what it is. And so I got to thinking about that, and I thought this really deserves a response. So I wrote a response to the person, and I thought this also deserves a video. And I have talked about this to some degree before too. And so this is how I responded to that person. And I actually posted it to a couple of groups because I felt like that response was somewhat inspired. So I said, well then, if we have no control, then we are just victims of uncontrollable circumstances, and there's nothing we can do about it. Which begs the question, who or what is creating these circumstances and controlling everything? If it's not us, then who? Some might say God, but who and what is God? Of course, that's a whole nother discussion, and that is a subjective discussion. It depends on one's beliefs. But let's just say there is a God that is pulling all the strings, so to speak. That still makes us victims with no choice. And I personally do not believe that. I believe that we have free will, and that the Creator gave us the free will and the abilities to create this reality. There's scriptures that speak to that we are all one. I like to term it that we are unique expressions of God, so to speak, or the source, however you choose to define it. Not victims, my friends. I know that goes against our cultural norms, but think about it. If we are victims and we have no choice, then why are we experiencing all this pain and suffering in the world? Think about that. That's another big question of life, isn't it? Why does God allow all the pain and suffering in the world, so to speak? Maybe God doesn't allow it. We have free will to choose and create whatever we will, and that's what we create. There's one take on it anyways. In fact, the illusion is that we have no control, and that we are victims of circumstances beyond our control, and there's nothing we can do about it. Humanity has believed that for a millennia, and thus creating our bloody legacy for a millennia. And in fact, we are in complete control and creating our reality daily by our beliefs and our thoughts, individually and collectively. Think about that. Oh, says one, look around you. See what's going on in the world around you. I or we have no control over any of that. Or I fell sick for no reason, and I didn't create that. Or it rained, or it snowed, or we had hurricanes or earthquakes or whatever the case may be. We have no control over any of that. Right down to the individual circumstances in your life, my friends. I say yes, look around you. And if all you see is what 3D has to offer you, then you just perpetuate the illusion. All it is all of your beliefs and thoughts crystallized into 3D form. Do not take my word for it. Take note of your thoughts for about a week or two, and then compare them to your life. You know, that dialogue that goes on in your head day in and day out? Yep, that's the one. You will be shocked at how closely it corresponds to your life, my friends. Those thoughts usually loop in your head daily, and it recreates your reality daily. Now there's a delay here. Probably what you were thinking yesterday is perpetuating what you're seeing today, and so on. Until, my friends, you take conscious control of your mind and the processed. That is the secret of the ages, my friend. That is what sages, shaman, holy men have been trying to get through our thick skulls for a millennia, as I have mentioned before in some of my other videos. I believe it was Einstein that said, if you keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, that's the definition of insanity. When humanity realizes this, we will make a great leap forward. We will be able to have that age of peace, goodwill, love. So I don't know how long it'll take humanity, or enough of humanity, to understand this, to create that world of peace and goodwill. However, in the meantime, you can still have a world of peace and goodwill in your life. That peace that passes all understanding, despite the storms of the collective thought forms of humanity that are raging around you at this time. You can be totally unmoved and unimpressed by everything that's going on in the 3D world of form. And you can see right through the illusions of the 3D so-called reality. But is it really reality? No, it's not. It's all an illusion. And we create it by our beliefs and our thoughts. This is how you weather the storms that come, because you know it's mainly just an illusion. That doesn't mean the experience isn't real, and the pain and suffering can be real, but you can detach yourself from it and be at peace and have the peace that passes understanding while things are going on around you. And you can have that in your life. And that actually helps those things not to affect you. Can you believe it? Can you consider it at least? What does it mean to really believe something? Perhaps I need to make a video that goes into that in more in depth. One of the reasons that I am sharing this kind of stuff is I believe that one of the keys to getting further light and knowledge is to share what light and knowledge you have. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to understand everything. And God knows that I don't understand everything and I don't have all the answers. But I'm sharing what I know and the truths that I've come across so far. You can do the same, my friends. If you like this video or you like what I'm talking about here, let me know in the comments. Type into the comments, we create our own reality with our thoughts and beliefs, or something to that effect. All right, my friends, you really can create a life of abundance, of peace, of love, and all the things that you desire if you'll put your mind to it, as the saying goes. It's all in our minds. Our only limitations are in our minds. All right, my friends, I think that's going to do it for this time around, and I will catch you on the next one.